Jack Fletcher, Top Sports TV, and I'm delighted to be welcomed on by Mr. Leigh Wood today. Nottingham's very own People's Champ, Commonwealth Champ Leigh Wood. Long time no see. First and foremost, how are you today?
Well, good, mate. I've literally flew back to talk to you. I've just finished sparring, grabbed some food. I haven't had a shower yet, but I'm good. I'm feeling good. Everything's clicking together nice down here, and I'm enjoying it.
Good stuff. How was your Christmas and New Year?
Christmas, I'll be catching up on Christmas in February, but no, it was good to see my kids and that. Seeing obviously my mom, went back up there for I think 3 days out at home, so not long. But like I said, I catch up with Christmas in February and make a second attempt at it, kind of thing.
Obviously, I've seen on Instagram that you've been at the MTK Performance Centre quite a bit. You've got a new coach. Things are moving forward. You've got a huge fight coming up on February the 13th against Rhys Mould, 13-0, undefeated from Doncaster. Spars with Josh Warrington. Just talk to me a little bit about the transition from leaving Grantee, moving to your new coach, and the training camp thus far.
It kind of happened really quick, mate. Me and Ian had the conversation. You know, he couldn't give me what I needed. Like I said, the last interview we did, I'm very thankful for everything that Ian's done for me. Always had my best interest at heart. Dead nice guy. And obviously my friend Leo, who I lived with for nearly 10 years, I trained alongside, was down here, and he was like, come down, come see Ben, come meet Ben. And he was shouting about Ben, so I was like, all right, I arranged to come down, did a trial week, and he's such a nice guy to start with, Ben is, but he's so knowledgeable with boxing, and the way he explains things and his perception of boxing, and it's just totally different to anything I've seen before. And at first I'm trying to get my head around it. I was like, this is just so different and proper out of my comfort zone. But everything's clicking together, everything's working what he said, the way he explained things, everything's perfectly bang on the button. Looking back from my fights, look, this worked because you did this, and everything's explained. This worked, and when to do it, why to do it, how to do it, and everything's just clicking together. And I'm really excited now for February 13th.
In terms of what other fans are expected to see when you step into the ropes on the 13th of February, what Leigh Wood are we going to see on the night?
Me boxing again, back at my best boxing. Like breaking kids down and making them miss, and my power shots when they're there, not forcing things. Before, like with the Jazza fight, just all over the shop. Even the fight before that, I was just relying on power, loading up. This time I'm setting everything up, and it'll be on my terms. Whereas before, I was just trying to throw shots that weren't there and hoping they would land. That's not how I box, and that's not what I do best. So I'm back to the boxing, and just excited now to get back to doing what I do best. And this whole new outlook and this perception of how to read the fight and why I'm doing things I used to do and what I'm doing, it's all clicking together to help me fight even and perform even better than I used to.
We've got Rhys Mould, young, hungry fighter, 13-0. He's got quite a few TKOs on his record. It's well publicised that he does a lot of training with Josh Warrington, and he's going in there to make a statement. From your point of view, what you've seen so far of Rhys Mould, maybe on YouTube or watching him on the TV, and just to get an idea of his sort of strength and his weaknesses from Leigh Wood's point of view.
He's probably a big puncher. I've heard a lot of people say he can dig. But being a big puncher didn't win your fights. You need to have more. You need to have a lot of things in your locker. You need to tick a lot of boxes across the board to be a good fighter and to win these kind of belts. As I found out many years ago, I was in his shoes with his experience, and it's a long, horrible game, boxing, but it's all about experience, and you got to pick it up. You got to keep learning, and I just feel like it's a little bit too soon for him. I've got too much in my locker, too much experience, and I was in his shoes, back in 2014, similar situation, but I'm expecting him better than he's ever been in any of his previous fights. I'm expecting his strengths to be even better, and his weaknesses to be tied up a little bit, but I'll still have too much for him.
I know that one of your pals, Brad Dawes, fought one of his previous opponents on a Carl Greaves show, I think roughly about a year ago, a chap called Jamie Spate. And I know that Rhys Mould fought Jamie Spate, and it took him 8 rounds to get him out of there, whereas Brad Dawes went in there and absolutely dismantled Jamie Spake within a round. Can you take anything away from that, or is sort of boxing, you've just got to focus on the job in hand on the night?
Yeah, like I said, I've got to expect him better than he's ever been. But I don't read into all that. But I was ringside for that fight with Brad Dawes, and let me tell you, Brad can whack. He's a big puncher, so I'm not surprised that you got him out there early. He looked good that night as well, and I think Brad's just got another opportunity. He's got a big fight coming up. I think he's about to announce it anytime soon. So I don't want to ruin that for him. But yeah, he's looking good. It's good to see him back on it and enjoying boxing again as well.
Good stuff. The British title shot, then, it's a belt that you've always wanted to win from being a child. We've had a few interviews in the past. You've always been setting your sights on getting a British title shot, and now it's finally happening. February the 13th. Is there a location for this event yet, or is that still a little bit up in the air with Matchroom?
Yes, we've kind of got a location, but they've not announced anything yet. You know, it's all due to COVID. We might have to move it around, you know, last minute, depending on what the British Border Control say. But the fight's definitely going ahead. It's definitely going ahead on that date. But we're not allowed to announce the venue yet because it's depending on COVID, obviously.
So you made this transition to work with MTK and Ben Davison in such a short time frame. How much do you feel that you've learned and picked up in that time?
A lot, and you can see it. Well, you lot can't see it, but I can see it through my sparring from when I first sparred here, from day one, the first sparring session, to this morning, and the difference and the gulf of how much I progress is massive. Not so much like learning new things. Like I said, it's more about why I do things and where to do it and when to do it. Before, it just I'd analyze some of my fights going back, and it was like things were like it would say to me, "Look, you landed these shots because of this." And I look back and think, "Yeah, you're right." Whereas before, I would have been last few fights, I would have been looking for them shots, trying to force them shots, but I didn't set it up. So this is something that's going to happen in this fight, which I'm really looking forward to. And as well, when I first come down here, I was so out of my comfort zone, proper out of my comfort zone, and it was like, God, bro, this is the way he's looking at things. It's crazy. It was hard. The training's a lot harder than I'm used to. You know, it's relentless, some of the sessions, but like I said, I've adapted, and I've fit right in now, and I've got a great group of lads down here. Got one of the best fighters in Britain, Josh Taylor, Leigh McGregor fighting for the European title. Great lad to be around. Shabazz Massoudi, really talented kid. And my friend Leo Delandra as well. He's fighting soon. So around a great group of lads. You can hear him. You can hear him now. But it's a laugh, and good people to be around. Good group of fighters to be around as well. Bouncing off each other, and all aiming to be the best we can be.
So effectively, when you get to the performance centre, is it competitive sparring with the likes of Josh, with the likes of Shabazz Maverick Massoud? Competitive sparring then?
It is. It's competitive, everything we do, but we don't really spar amongst ourselves. You know, it's more of a team. We get other fighters that come in and spar, and we mix up with other fighters, but we don't really spar each other, which is a good thing because we're living together and we're training together all the time. You know, we're helping each other. We're teammates, kind of thing. So that's one good thing. And like I said, the training, the runs, we're all pushing each other. The weights, we're pushing each other. Who's strongest? Who's fastest? Who's fittest? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's good, and it's nice to be around fighters because for the last 2-3 years, I've been around one or two fighters. Sometimes pretty much the Jazzy camp, I was on my own a lot. So yeah, it's good to be around other fighters on the same mission instead of just having to get up myself and grind sessions out myself. Yeah, I'm enjoying it again. I'm enjoying boxing again, and I'm excited to show the transition and the improvement of seeing everything click together for this fight.
I watched a recent interview with Dave Coldwell, and he says that you're really, really up for this. You're focused, you're fit, and you're ready to go. And it's now going to be your time to shine, and you're taking that British title home to Nottingham.
Absolutely, without a doubt. But I've been training for this British title since. Well, I've not took my foot off the gas since last year. So when I got the rough date, which I think was like end of September, I was already training before then, waiting for an opportunity. Then October, November, just pushing, and now I'm in a really good place. And I'm just kind of thanking myself for staying on it, staying dedicated when I didn't know exactly what was happening. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm in a really good place. Everything's clicking together. Sparring's going great. Not just smashing through lads, but the things that I've been asked to work on, I've been working on them. Even when I've had spars when it's been like, I just want to do what I normally do, make it easier. It's like, no, you're practicing this, you're practicing this. And I'm just, Ben will be on me, practicing what I said. Forget winning spar, practice this, practice this. And I've done it, and now it's second nature and it's clicking together. And like I said, I'm just excited now for the fight.
Looking at Rhys and what he brings to the table, has Leigh Wood got what it takes to get him out of it?
I think so. I can't see him here in the final bell with the pace I put on him. I mean, he might do. You know, like I said, I've got to expect the best version of him. He might hear the final bell, but I'm not expecting him to. I think the pace I'm going to put on him and surprising him with my power shots, you know, I'm a big puncher for the weight. And normally, I don't use it to my full advantage. I'm on the back foot and I'm running. This time, there's not going to be as much of what you usually see when I'm giving ground away for nothing. You know, I've got a rocket right hand and a big left hook. I'm a big puncher for my weight, one of the biggest punchers. So there's no point running and round the ring all night. I'm sitting there and he's going to feel it straight away. Bang, I'm going to put it on him. So
effectively, you're saying now that you're going to meet him in the centre of the ring, and if he wants to trade off, he can have it then?
He can have it, mate. Like, I'm a big puncher, and Ben was surprised when he took me on pads. He's like, why do you box out your box? Why do you like circle around the ring all night? Like, you're a massive puncher. Like, use your advantages. And it's been part of this process down here, how to use it correctly, when to use it. And I think that's going to show in this fight.
It appears that moving across to the coaching team that you're with now, it's such a fantastic move for you, Leigh.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Ian done so much for me, and you know I can't thank him enough. But it's just a new way of looking at things. I learned a lot, when and how to do things. And Ben is a knowledgeable guy with boxing. He's so knowledgeable for young. He's younger than me, so he's a young guy, but he's so knowledgeable when it comes to boxing. And you know, you're going to see it in this fight.
Good stuff. And what will it mean to you personally to I know that you had a bit of a topsy-turvy year last year, but to start the year, Matchroom boxing, British title shot, and then get your hand raised and winning the British title, and it's not even kind of March. What would that mean to you?
I don't want to moan, mate, because a lot of people have had worse years than me. You know, a lot of people lost a lot of things last year, you know, businesses and houses, and some people haven't been doing too well at all. I managed to get by, luckily. But yeah, great start to the year for me. Like I said, I wanted to win this British title since I was probably 11 or 12 years old. But this isn't the end goal. This isn't my final destination, you know. So I'm gonna win this British title, and I'm gonna look good doing it. And I'm gonna move on to bigger and better things, and possibly a European or. I never visualized winning it so late, so I'm not sure if I'm going to sit around and defend it. I don't know what to do yet. We'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But I've got my eyes firmly on the prize first. Get a job done, a good job, look good, and we'll take it from there.
Good stuff. I keep seeing these baseball caps cropping up on your Instagram story, Leigh. You've got one on today. What's the name?
This is a Margatsny hat. Something me and my friend started during lockdown. It was something I wanted to do for a long, long time. I used to buy different hats, and always had a hat on, like since I was young, and always wanted my own brand. My friend really gave me the kick up the arse to do it. He's a bit more driven with things like that because all my energy goes into boxing all the time. So you know, I told him my ideas and that, and then we kind of bounced off each other. He said, "You like this?" Took this out of it, and I said, "What about this?" And then we kind of just met in the middle, and it's worked really well. And we've got a brand kicked off now. Margatsny, we do hats and beanie hats and pom-poms and stuff. But yeah, we're doing really well, and it's just something to chip away at as well as boxing. Keep my mind off on something else for a change. And
if people want to buy one of these hats, what do they need to do?
Yeah, you can see the link on my Instagram, margatsny.co.uk. Have a look. Go and have a look, you know. We're doing really well, like I said. We sold a lot of hats. Everyone's been happy with the quality and stuff. So might branch out in the future, but boxing takes up a lot of time and energy, like I said. But you know, one day, you know, we might go into clothing as well. We're just enjoying it. It's fun at the minute, you know.
Good stuff. Being a Nottingham lad myself, this is fantastic for Nottingham. It's fantastic for boxing. We all want to see you win that British title, Leigh. And what a great way to start the year. Have you got any final words? Well, I know there's going to be a lot of people out there at the minute. They're still lockdown, they're probably suffering from a bit of anxiety, a bit of depression, probably feeling a bit low. You're a positive guy, Leigh. Any pearls of wisdom?
Yeah, I think we've done the bulk of it now. I think hopefully in the coming months things will start to change as the weather gets a little bit warmer towards May. You know, I think things will get not as harsh. You know, I think the pubs and restaurants will open up again. I think we'll be able to see more people. They've got the vaccine kicking off now. So hopefully towards summer, everything should be back open, and hopefully a bit more normality for people that have been struggling and not being able to see people and family and friends. So, you know, we've done the bulk of it. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Boxing wise, we had a lot of feedback for this fight, something to look forward to for everyone. It's coming back to Nottingham without a doubt. You know, 100% it's coming back. So yeah, make sure you tune in to the fight, February 13th. There will doubt there'll be crowds there, but you know, just tune in and watch me do a number on him.
Good stuff, Leigh. Leigh, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thanks. Can I thank my sponsors as well?
Yeah, sure.
Blueprint Nottingham, long term, looked after me, in Oakfield Construction. You know, both of them looked after me for a long time. Very loyal, and I just want to say thank you for all your support.
Good stuff, Leigh. Leigh, thanks for coming on the show. Always a pleasure speaking to you, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Cheers, Leigh.
In a bit.